We are deeply grateful to have the Chairman of UGC Grants Commission, Professor Mamidala Jagdish Kumar, as our Chief Guest today. Sir, your presence here today is a testament to the institution's commitment to quality education and research. We appreciate your leadership and vision in shaping the higher education landscape in India. You are instrumental in propagating the objectives and implementation of National Education Policy 2020. Under your able leadership, we strongly believe the educational institutions in this country will rise to its occasion and we will fulfill the overarching goals of achieving Atmanirbhar Bharat status by 2047. We strongly believe the role of education in building the skills which will help the 21st century laurels bring back to the India once again, as India's legacy will be reclaimed with the implementation of National Education Policy 2020. So we look forward to your direction and support, sir. Now I request all the audience to stand for a prayer.
मुदाकरात्मोदकं सदा विमुक्ति साधकं कलाधरावतं सकं विलासिलोकरक्षकं मुदाकरात्मोदकं सदा विमुक्ति साधकं कलाधरावतं सकं विलासिलोकरक्षकम् अनायकैकनायकं विनाशिते भदैत्यकं गताशुभाशुं नाशकं नमामि तं विनायकम् अनायकैकनायकं विनाशिते भदैत्यकं गताशुभाशुं नाशकं नमामि तं विनायकम् नमामि तं विनायकम्.
Now I request Miss Tumala Kirtana, the MBBS student, will perform the welcome dance.
కొలువైయున్నాడే దేవదేవుడు
కొలువైయున్నాడే దేవదేవుడు
కొలువైయున్నాడే కొలువై ఉన్నాడే కోటి సూర్య ప్రకాశుడే కొలువై ఉన్నాడే కోటి సూర్య ప్రకాశుడే వలరాజు పగవాడే వనిత మోహనాంగుడే కొలువై ఉన్నాడే
जटाटवी गलज्जल प्रवाह पावितस्थले कलेवलम्ब्यलम्बितां भुजङ्गतुङ्गमालिकान्तवड्डमड्डमड्डमन्निनादवड्डमर्वयं चकार चण्डताण्डवं तनोतु नः शिव शिव
मातृदेवो भव पितृदेवो भव आचार्यदेवो भव अतिथिदेवो भव. అందరికీ వందనం, అభివందనం. అన్నా, ఈ రోజు ఇంతకీ ఏ కథ చెప్తున్నావేంటి? మన కథే, మన సిద్ధార్థ విద్యా సంస్థల విజయ గాథ. అవునా? వినరా భారత వీర కుమార సిద్ధార్థ చరిత, వినరా భారత వీర కుమార సిద్ధార్థ చరిత, కనరా మీరు 5 పదుల విజయ గాథ నేడు, వినరా భారత వీర కుమార సిద్ధార్థ చరిత, చూడరా చూడరా సిద్ధార్థ స్వర్ణోత్సవ సంబరము, వినరా భారత వీర కుమార సిద్ధార్థ చరిత, విజయవాడను విద్యల వాడగా మలిచిన సిద్ధార్థ, తరికిట చంతరిత. అమ్మో, స్వర్ణోత్సవమా? అంటే సిల్వర్ జూబ్లీ. కాదు కాదు, 25 ఏళ్ల పండగ సిల్వర్ జూబ్లీ, 50 ఏళ్ల పండగ గోల్డెన్ జూబ్లీ.
అవునా? మరి ఎలా జరుపుతున్నారేంటి ఈ గోల్డెన్ జూబ్లీని?
ఎలా జరుపుకుంటున్నామా? అజ్ఞాన తిమిరాంధునికి జ్ఞానాంజన శలాకతో
ఓహో,
సర్వజ్ఞులుగా మలిచే నెపమున సిద్ధార్థుని పేరున వెలసినదే మన సిద్ధార్థ, ఘన సిద్ధార్థ,
మన సిద్ధార్థ, ఘన సిద్ధార్థ.
Now this is an occasion for us to launch the logo of the Golden Jubilee celebrations of 1975 to 2025 and a teaser. Now I request our honorable chief guest, Professor Mamidala Jagadesh Kumar Garu, to formally launch the logo and teaser of this happy occasion, sir. Yeah. This is the logo. All 18 institutions will use this particular logo. Then I request the sir to launch the teaser of this particular occasion.
Siddhartha. In 1975, Siddhartha Academy of General and Technical Education began modestly. Today, it is a big and bright beacon to enlighten formative minds and encourage every curious learner.
Now it is a happy occasion for all of us. Now I request our beloved principal and director to accompany the President of Siddhartha Academy of General and Technical Education, Sri Malnani Rajaya Garu, onto the dais. Now it is a time to invite our Secretary, Sri Paladugu Lakshmanaravu, onto the dais. Now it is the moment of the day. Now I call our Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Mamidala Jagadesh Kumar Garu, onto the stage. He is the chairman of University Grants Commission, being an apex body, and he is leading all the educational reforms in this country. Thank you, sir. Now I request all the dignitaries to light the lamp as a mark of inauguration of this particular Golden Jubilee celebrations. Now I request our Honorable President, Sri Malnani Rajaya Garu, to deliver his message.
Good evening. Esteemed Chief Guest, Professor Jagdish Kumar, Chairman UGC, Sri Lakshmanaravu Garu, Secretary of Siddhartha Academy, fellow office bearers, former presidents, members of governing body and life members of Siddhartha Academy, Sri K.V. Chaudhary Garu, Chancellor of our deemed to be university, distinguished Vice Chancellor and invitees, faculty and students of Siddhartha Academy of Institutions. Today is an important day. It was on 22nd March 1975, our Siddhartha Academy was registered as an educational society with the aim and goal of providing wholesome education to all branches of study to the people of Vijayawada, this district and surroundings. All of you have just heard the Burakada and the teaser film launched by our esteemed chief guest. I hope all of you have had an opportunity to understand how Siddhartha Academy came into being and how it progressed in the last 5 decades. Our founding fathers had a great vision for the future to set up and promote such education institutions of excellence with a holistic approach. Atma Deepo Bhava is the motto of our Siddhartha Academy. Buddha encouraged and stimulated each person to develop himself and work his own emancipation.
Now I request our Honorable Secretary, Sri Paladu Lakshmanaru, to deliver his message.
సభా సరస్వతి గారు నమస్కారం. సిద్ధార్థ అకాడమీ అధ్యక్షులు శ్రీ ఎం రాజయ్య గారు, ఈనాటి కార్యక్రమ ముఖ్య అతిథి యూజీసీ చైర్పర్సన్ గౌరవనీయ ప్రొఫెసర్ జగదీష్ కుమార్ గారు, హాజరైన మాన్యులైన సహచర కార్యవర్గ పాలకవర్గ సభ్యులు, జీవిత సభ్యులు, మా ఆహ్వానాన్ని సౌహృదంతో మన్నించి వచ్చిన మా డీమ్డ్ విశ్వవిద్యాలయ ఛాన్సలర్ కేవి చౌదరి గారు, ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ హైయర్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ చైర్మన్ శ్రీ మధుమూర్తి గారు, ప్రొఫెసర్ మధుమూర్తి గారు, వైస్ ఛాన్సలర్ ప్రొఫెసర్ పివి రావు గారు, మా ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ మెడికల్ యూనివర్సిటీ మాజీ వైస్ ఛాన్సలర్ సివి రావు గారు, గౌరవ అతిథులందరకు, మా సిద్ధార్థ విద్యా సంస్థల మూల స్తంభాలైన అందరు ప్రిన్సిపాల్, అధ్యాపకేతర సిబ్బంది, విద్యార్థులకు సాదర ఆహ్వానం. నా హృదయం భావావేశంతో నిండి ఉన్నది. 1975 సంవత్సరం మార్చి నెలలో మా సిద్ధార్థ అకాడమీ ప్రారంభమవగా మా తొలి విద్యా సంస్థ అంటే ఈ పర్వతనేని బ్రహ్మయ్య సిద్ధార్థ కళాశాల ఆగస్టులో ప్రారంభమైనది. 2 స్వర్ణోత్సవ సంవత్సరంలో పురోగమిస్తున్నాం. బెజవాడ దుర్గమ్మ చల్లని చూపులతో 50 సంవత్సరాల క్రితం ఈ అకాడమీ స్థాపనకు పూనుకొని ఒక సంకల్పంతో, మొక్కవోని పట్టుదలతో శ్రమించి ఇటుక పేర్చినట్లుగా ఒక విద్యాసంస్థ తరువాత మరొక విద్యాసంస్థ ప్రారంభించి విద్యల సహారా అనిపించుకున్న ఆనాటి విజయవాడ విద్యా కేంద్రంగా మలచడంలో ముఖ్య భూమిని సిద్ధార్థ అకాడమీ పోషించిందని చెప్పడంలో ఎటువంటి అతిశయోక్తి లేదు. 50 సంవత్సరాల ఫలప్రదమైన ఈ ప్రయాణంలో నేను స్మరణకు తెచ్చుకోవాల్సింది ఈ సంస్థను ప్రారంభించిన మూల పురుషులు మరియు ఈ సంస్థ భాగస్వాములైన మాన్యులైన సభ్యులందరినీ. విద్యాబోధనే మా నిరంతర లక్ష్యం. ఎన్ని వైప్రయాసాలున్నా మా అన్ని విద్యా సంస్థలు సమున్నతంగా, ఆదర్శప్రాయంగా, నిత్య నూతనంగా ఉండేందుకు ఎల్లవేళలా శ్రమిస్తాం. అందుకు మీ అందరి ఆశీస్సులు, విలువైన తోడ్పాటు ఎల్లప్పుడూ ఉండాలని కోరుకుంటున్నాను. ధన్యవాదాలు. నమస్కారం.
Now I request our chief guest, Professor Mamidala Jagdish Kumar.
సిద్ధార్థ స్వర్ణోత్సవ సంబరాల సందర్భంగా పెద్దలకు, అధ్యాపకులకు, విద్యార్థులకు, అతిథులకు మీకందరికీ నా నమస్కారం మరియు శుభాకాంక్షలు. శ్రీ రాజేష్ గారు, while speaking, he said that some of the students are sitting under the trees. In a lighter vein, I was wondering, why are the students sitting under the trees? They should be sitting on the branches of the trees. Because, my dear young students, you are energetic. You do not like to be constrained. You want to take risks. And you want to achieve bigger things in your life. And when I saw a medical student performing the classical dance, and if an engineering student can write poetry, and if a humanities student can write Python code, that is how you would like to be educated. You do not like to be constrained by the disciplinary boundaries. You want to explore things. You want to fail, and you want to learn from the failures to succeed. And that is what the national education policy aims at realizing in our educational institutions. My dear young friends, you need freedom, flexibility, and choices in your education if you want to realize your aspirations. One of the things that I would like to tell you is that when you acquire the skills and competencies in the universities, consider yourself as the most privileged students studying in great institutions such as the Siddhartha deemed to be university. Think about large number of other students who are of the same age like you, who are in the rural areas, who come from the socially, economically disadvantaged groups. Out of every 100 students, 70 of them, they are not reaching our higher educational institutions. When you get educated in these great institutions, think about how we can reach out to the rest of the youth also. India has a tremendous potential, and that's the reason why we are able to put a spacecraft on the southern pole of moon. We have sent Aditya L1 space mission. Today, India is the third largest ecosystem for startup companies. More than 10% of the heads of the Fortune 500 companies are Indians, with just 30% of the students coming to the higher education. If we can achieve this, imagine if we bring 50 out of every 100 students in the age group of 18 to 23 into higher educational institutions. And if we can bring every student that who wants to learn, who wants to be a learner into higher educational system, the kind of transformation that we can produce, not just only in India, but globally. Today, the whole world is looking at India because 1/5 of global population lives in India. And India is growing very fast to become the third largest economy in the world. We have built the most strongest digital public infrastructure to reach out to the last person in the queue. And imagine if all the young people in our country can get educated, how much we can achieve in realizing scientific innovations and technological developments. I would like to request you, some of you at least, who are passionate about teaching and research, to come back to the institutions and become teachers yourself. We need to train the next generation of youngsters. And that is possible only when some of you come back to our educational institutions and become professors, involve yourself in mentoring the future generation of our young people. A couple of years ago, none of us heard about the ChatGPT and other AI tools. Nobody heard about a term called prompt engineering. Today, industry is looking for thousands of prompt engineers. Prompt engineers are those who can prompt these AI tools to get precise information from the AI tools. And if we do not look at what are the requirements of the industry and appropriately fine-tune the curriculum in our university system, it will be very difficult to seize the newer opportunities that are coming in the emerging areas of technology. I have been telling across the country when I meet the heads of the institutions that we must train our teachers to look for newer opportunities and introduce those subjects in the degree programs that we are offering to these students. Often we think that newer innovations will come when we work in a lab for hours and hours. A psychologist, he wanted to find out how scientists come up with these creative ideas. So he set up cameras in 4 well-known molecular biology labs across the world, and he observed the scientists working. And when I say a molecular biology lab, in your mind, the images of scientists with white gowns, with protective glasses, sitting in front of microscopes, looking into them for hours and working, and one day saying, Eureka, I found something. And this psychologist found that nothing of that sort happened in the last 3 years that he observed. Most creative ideas came when the scientists were informally meeting across a table or a cup of tea, or during informal discussions when ideas flew from one project to the other project. It is this kind of environment that we must create in our educational institutions. Our students should be allowed to move across the disciplinary boundaries, share experiences with each other, and come up with innovative ideas. UGC has been announcing a number of frameworks and reforms to bring that kind of flexibility to you. For example, today, a student who studies any subject in the school should be able to choose any discipline in the undergraduate program, provided you prove your competency by clearing a national level or a state level entrance examination. And we are also saying that irrespective of in which discipline you studied in your undergraduate program, you should be able to choose any discipline in the postgraduate program. That is the kind of flexibility that we would like to bring in your education. My dear young fellows, India has a great hope in your abilities to transform our country. I would like to put a couple of ideas in your mind. When you set out of this university, when you see the real world and try to contribute by overcoming the challenges that come on your way, please remember a couple of points. One, be focused on contributing to the inclusive growth of our country. Get rid of any self-doubt. Get rid of any sense of servitude from your minds. Recognize the greatness of our Indian culture and Indian ethos. Focus on the strength of being united. Focus on your responsibilities as a good citizen of this great country. I have no doubt that you have a great future laid out in front of you to take this country to greater heights and realize Viksit Bharat by 2047. I wish you all the best, and I wish the Siddhartha Educational Institution to grow to greater heights and bring glory to our country. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Now I request our Honorable President of Siddhartha Academy, Sri Rajay Garu, and our Secretary, Sri Paladu Lakshmanaru, to kindly honor our chief guest. Siddhartha Mahila Kalashala for performing the folk orchestra.